It's Tom, and I'm Jason. And Tom, how does the addition of governance in NIST 2.0 redefine cybersecurity frameworks for businesses?
I've been talking about governance for about over a year now. And before that, it was about administrative controls. There's three types of controls when it comes to cybersecurity, and it's technical, physical, and administrative, right? And so then this buzzword started happening. And lo and behold, we discover near the end of last year that National Institute of Science and Technology, the NIST, part of the U.S. Department of Commerce, was thinking about adding governance as the sixth part of their five things that a good cybersecurity framework has in it. Identify. So the five parts of NIST. First step is identify. That's when you do a risk assessment or a vulnerability test, to find out what your weaknesses are. A captain has to know the condition of a ship before he sets sail. Got to know what the weather looks like. Crew experience. What's the condition of the ship? What's the condition of the cargo? Is navigation working, and are the engines running? Like what happened in Baltimore Harbor. And you just got to understand all the weaknesses and the risk to the journey and the risk to the crew, the lives, the souls on the ship, the risk to the ship itself, and the risk to the cargo, which is all the stakeholders in that journey, right? Or most of them. Then the second step, once you identify those weaknesses and vulnerabilities, you address them. You change maybe your voyage, so you're not going through as rough seas because maybe your crew is a little green, or maybe one of the engines had just been rebuilt and you got to keep it under a certain, RPM and things like that. That's the second step, identify, and protect after identifying that. Then NIST cybersecurity framework says you've got to detect. You've got to have an intrusion detection system, and best practices says they have to be automated and manual. This is part of your prevention to stop a cyber attack. That means you got to have InfoSec professionals or cybersecurity experts already engaged. Okay, that's the manual part. The automated technical controls will take care of most of the problems, but somebody still has to investigate regardless. Okay. And then the fourth part of it is you got to have a response system. They kind of go hand in hand, but intrusion response system. While we've got an actual intrusion, not just an attempted intrusion, same thing. What do you do? What's your incident response plan? What are you going to do to remediate and mitigate? Forensically examine the storyline of the attack. What's the vector? Who's the threat actor? What's the threat technology? Where did it come from? And all of these different things that go into doing an investigation of an actual attack while it's underway to both stop it, remove anything else, set everything back to like it never happened. That's the fourth one. And the fifth one is if all else fails, you got to have a recovery system. And that includes backups that are good, needs automated and manual review of backups each and every single day. You need to plan for business continuity, like how long can you afford to be down? What does it cost if all of the computers are down for an hour, a day, a week, a month in your business? How much does that cost you? And then you've also got to plan for disaster recovery. There's so much governance in all five of those things that NIST finally decided, yeah, we need governance, because none of those five things work without the proper procedures and policies to follow, to implement, and to use in all five of those things. Without governance, those five parts of the original NIST CSF is incomplete. And I want to applaud them for that. I had no idea they were considering. I'm not a part of that. I don't hang out with the cool kids, right? So, but you know, anybody that's really truly serious about cybersecurity really understands administrative controls and governance, and so it's kind of becoming a real popular buzzwords. We're starting to see prospects know what it is. You know, that it's not a bad government word. It's all companies have governance, and it doesn't matter the size of the organization. I can't stress that enough. Don't think if you're a two-man or a two-woman or a two-person operation that it doesn't apply to you. It does, because you're already doing policies and procedures and you have administrative controls, not just in IT or cybersecurity. It could be any part of your business. You know, a dog groomer, they've got controls, physical controls, administrative controls, and probably technical controls to safeguard the very customers that they're grooming, right? So to speak. But especially to protect the animals. So uh, all of the stuff we do would be ineffective if we didn't live, eat, drink, sleep governance. And I'm glad NIST added it to there. Sorely needed, and glad to see it.